The last and only time I filmed a makeup tutorial 2 years ago, I explicitly stated that it would be the last and only time I ever filmed a makeup tutorial. Given the title and the thumbnail that you clicked on to get this video, however, I think you and I both can probably agree that's no longer true. So, why have I crawled back here with my tail between my legs and my head lowered in shame to film, once more, an updated video of my makeup routine? Well, mainly because of a certain expression that's been bouncing around my head recently, i.e. being, you can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig. I've seen it make its rounds circulating the internet here and there for quite a while now, but it was only recently when I found myself, doing my makeup in the morning and then proceeding to look in the mirror and realize that I resonated with that expression that I wanted to make this video. Because filming a makeup routine is fine and dandy, but I really wanted to explain some of the choices behind why I've changed certain elements of the way that I do my makeup and how that's been a direct result of me going from putting on a full face of makeup every single day to feel pretty and confident and safe behind this mask, essentially, to then putting on this mask one day and then just immediately wanting to tear it off because I, like unfortunately so many girls it seems online, felt like the sad, pitiful little pig wearing lipstick. Well, this is very jarring. Jump scare warning. I have my roller in and a naked face. Probably one of my least favorite forms to be seen at. I used to have this very distinct makeup look back in high school where I lent very heavily into the fox eye makeup trend, even though I don't like necessarily calling it a trend because I still think it's a beautiful look. But it quickly got a lot of compliments and then it quickly became a look I very much enjoyed wearing. And then it very quickly became a look that I felt terrified to leave the house without. It kind of just became my face. Part of it was drawing on features that I deemed feminine, thus beautiful, because I've always kind of believed myself to have a bit of a masculine face. And part of it was honestly to draw as much attention away from my acne-ridden skin as possible. As you can see, my skin is not as awful as it once was before, but I am still applying a light layer of L'Oreal Paris True Match Super Blendable Foundation because I still have some blemishes and pimples to cover, unfortunately. I'm 20 years old now and I remember I told myself that by 18 my skin would finally become perfect. What a funny joke that was. But if I can preach anything, while I did do some skincare back then, it has indescribably been so much better to prioritize like a dedicated skincare routine or just a means of attempting to fix a problem over just applying a of base makeup to try and conceal an issue. Obviously that's very subjective because back then I was on the devil's drug, i.e. Accutane, i.e. not every problem is as simple a fix as adopting a 10-step Korean skincare routine, but I think a big factor of feeling like a pig wearing lipstick, aka makeup feeling wrong or foreign on your face, is when you neglect what is underneath in favor for slapping on a shit ton of makeup on top of it, which I knew I did because I knew I could get away with picking at my face every single night because I knew I had a fat bottle of full coverage foundation awaiting me in the morning. So yeah, a little bit of foundation on as a base, and then what hasn't changed is my love and savior combo NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and the Girl True Blend Pressed Powder on top. I don't even care if these are the best products for the job. They have saved my life so many times that I would be hard pressed to change them. Every spot I have ever had to cover up, I literally just put concealer on there and then pressed powder on top, gone. It's like magic. The reliance on powder does unfortunately kill my chances of ever having one of those like glowy, dewy makeup bases, but I think in order to make things disappear, it is worth it. The way I do my base makeup really hasn't changed since like I was 14. It's more so how I do my stuff over top that's kind of evolved. Also, I'm pretty sure that this product is like actually discontinued. I stocked up on 3 of them back in New Zealand before I moved here, but if that is the case and they have actually discontinued, I actually don't know what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be that stereotype of when witches are really, the fairest and most beautiful in the land, and then all their life source gets sucked away and they just shrivel up into this like sad old hag of a woman. That's what's gonna happen to me when I run out of this powder. So I have these 2 NYX Wonder Sticks, which in my eyes are arguably one of the best makeup products ever. Both of which I work into my routine interchangeably because one is my correct shade and the other one I bought too dark by accident. But I kind of just used to contour my face the way every tutorial said you would, which is essentially where you do the 3, where it starts along your temple and then it runs down your cheekbone and then it runs down and then like along your jawline kind of thing. And there was nothing inherently wrong with that at all. It's just one day something just felt off about it, even though it's a conventionally, universally flattering method. So I kind of just began experimenting by stripping it all off and going section by section and seeing what spots I actually liked having contoured. Not even necessarily what looks best, it was more just what felt right. And I guess I just ended up sticking to applying contour to my eyes, my nose, my jawline, and kind of my temple forehead area. I used the lightest shade first, which is fair, because again I bought the universally light by accident thinking it would be a good shade. It was not. Then I just end up using the darker shade afterwards to like add dimension. I don't contour my cheekbones as of now. Why? I don't know. I just weirdly prefer it for some reason. I contour my jawline despite it being one of my biggest love-hate relationships with my face. Because despite how manly I feel like my jawline makes me look, I still love super sharp jawlines, and I kind of just like to emphasize mine to make it look as cartoonishly 90-degree angle as possible. As for my nose, I contour it because I like small noses and I like to give the illusion of mine being really small. Just now, instead of doing like 2 lines down either side of the nose and then like trying to blend that to get like that nose contour look, I just kind of opt to do like one block like right in the center of my nose and then blend it out and then highlight over top that, because I just felt like every time I used to do like the 2 lines, it would always just end up bleeding over the sides and then ironically just make my nose look wider. Whereas this way, I just feel like I have more control over how wide the nose tip is, and then I can just highlight over top that. Everything has been blocked out. Now I'm going in with the darker shade on the universally light stick, and I basically just emphasize like the corners here, and then very gently, because this goes south very fast, like a line right there, and then I put like the tiniest bit like right there where my jawline is to like really make that 90-degree angle, okay? I want it to look like the way I draw all my characters, which is solid line between neck and jaw. She's looking a little prominent, but just trust the process. Highlight side of the stick. I also don't wear blush anymore. Why? Again, I couldn't tell you. It's just when I began to strip each part of my makeup routine down and really evaluate whether or not I wanted or needed a product on my face, I realized that I kind of didn't actually like how blush looked on my face. What kind of psychopath doesn't like blush? And again, I like how... Oh geez, that was a thick line. I like how blush looks, generally speaking, and on other people. But I just found in the days that I didn't wear blush, I liked how it looked more. And don't get me wrong, I would love to reintegrate it into my makeup routine, and I tried applying it in different ways on my face, but ultimately right now, I just feel better without. Oh. For my brows, very little's changed from just applying clear brow gel, but more so my attitude on shaping my eyebrows has changed dramatically. I've always had pretty thick eyebrows. Growing up, prior to like threading them or plucking them, they were kind of crazy, and it was always just a center point of my face that I felt like I could never change or experiment with, because like that was my thing. Like people would be like, oh, Jacky with the thick eyebrows. But like everything else in my quarter life crisis, I was doubting. I kind of just started looking at all these other girls who I thought were pretty, and you know, I just would have stolen their face, like Arya in Game of Thrones. And what I realized was this common theme of all of them having like thinner, straighter eyebrows, when mine have regrettably always been very arched. The Nike tick, as said by one of my friends in high school, whom I have not forgotten, you left that comment on one of my photos that I then archived. And one day I was kind of just like, well, why can't I have those? Yeah, so I started razoring with like, you know, the little, I think these are the Korean brow razors. I started razoring like the tops of my arches and the tails of my brows to result in a, you know, a flatter and thus thinner look. Elf soap brow is what I'm using. But yeah, I'm sure it's such a subtle change for everyone else, but I truly think it's made a difference to my face, and I love it. So, moral of the story is, don't be afraid to switch up the shape of your eyebrows. I feel like it's quite literally the perfect way to change up your look without feeling as though you're caking or adding anything on from your like natural look. If that's, I've been spewing so much bullshit in this video. Crap, I'm like soaping up my entire face right now, oops. And if you already have thin eyebrows, then even easier for you, because you can literally just draw on whatever shape you want. Meanwhile, I'm too much of a pussy part with my natural brows entirely, so I try and groom them as best as possible. The temptation to shave them off entirely and literally just draw them on is sometimes quite tempting. Next is the faux freckles. The fake freckles remain after years and years. It's just something, I just can't let them go, man. The best product ever though for faux freckles, I'm about to tell you right now, is the Revlon Color Stay Semi-Permanent Brow Ink, okay? Thank me, not even later, right? Thank me right now. I've used many products in search of the perfect fake freckle, and I will stand here and tell you right now, in front of the entire court, in front of the judge, this is the best one I have yet found. I kind of just focus on like putting them kind of around the tip of my nose and then like on the higher up point of my nose, just because it's where I like them the most. And I don't know, man, go crazy. Like, the best thing about this, can't really fuck it up that easily. And also, Jacky makeup tip number, God, I don't even know how much I've been preaching in this video, but I find that, especially putting them on the nose, is they really help with like hiding the harshness of the nose contour lines. I feel like without them, I might feel a little more ashamed contouring my nose so strongly. I also like to emphasize my birthmarks now because I feel like that's a feature that I'm not faking, you know? The freckles are absolutely an adopted trait, but the birthmarks are like, it's like highlighting the snout of the pig. That didn't sound as profound as I thought it would. There's one there. Hold on. That one there. About there, but it's kind of hard to tell because I covered it in fake freckles. So, I've done plenty of playing around with my everyday eye makeup, and while it's hard to say if this is going to stick as my forever look, it's been currently serving me pretty well considering all of the above. As mentioned, one of the biggest things that gave me an identity crisis was putting on this razor sharp winged liner, matching inner corner liner, foxy false lashes in the corners every single day, and feeling amazing about it, to quite literally almost overnight feeling like an idiot for caking it all on as if it was glaringly, embarrassingly obvious how bad I was trying to enhance myself, just like the pig wearing lipstick. That's not to say it was a bad look or is a bad look on anyone. It was just a personal feeling that I'm sure many girls are sadly quite familiar with. So when I found myself feeling weirdly more comfortable when I would take my makeup off every night, I kind of realized that maybe it was time to transition myself out of the false lashes, out of the eyeliner, and so on. So again, after some experimentation, right now I have landed on enjoying A, working on my natural lashes, no falsies, and B, I don't know if this is gonna get me cancelled, but a kind of colonization of aegyosal. Now hear me out, okay? I obviously do not wear aegyosal with the intention of looking Asian, because clearly I am very white. And I think honestly, even if I tried to look Asian, I would probably still look very white just by like sheer coincidence. But irrespective of the original intended look of aegyosal, I kind of just like how a little brown and white liner looks under my eyes. I just find that it's subtle enough in addition that it doesn't feel glaringly plastered on, but it still adds a little visual interest to my eyes. So with no particular skill whatsoever, I take this ride or die pencil that's been so worn that I actually don't even know what it was originally called. Wet and Wild, fuck, I don't know. It's just a Wet and Wild brown like eyeliner pencil, I'm gonna assume. And because I can't really do this without like looking in the mirror, I basically just follow this like line here with the brown pencil, and then I fill them in with this NYX Vivid Rich mechanical liner, and then I just blend it out a shit ton so it doesn't look like I took 2 fists to the face. Oh geez. Fill her in. She's looking okay. A little crazy. I don't know if this light is dogging in right now because I can't see myself, but if she's looking a little too intense, then she'll be blended out a little more later. Then I take my lash curler and curl my lashes a ton in the hopes that maybe someday the lash serum that I've been applying like a fucking army dog every morning and every night will eventually pay off and make my lashes look as long as they were with falsies. But I will say I do not miss the feeling of false lashes on my face every day. And even if my natural lashes don't equate to the voluminosity or the length that the fake ones did, there's something funnily gratifying about working on your natural lashes and seeing them improve. Put on 1 or 2 layers of the Essence Lash Princess mascara. I was recommended this mascara by a friend after I ran out of my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and it has been life-changing in the sense that not only is paying $8 or so for mascara instead of $40 infinitely better, I actually find that I really very much prefer ones that are just like thinner. I just think that they look so much better. Please ignore the mascara that leaks onto my eyelids. That will be cleaned up. Great. I used to put mascara on my bottom lashes, but I feel like, ironically, ow, Jesus Christ. Ironically, my lower lashes are longer than my top lashes, so every time I put mascara, my whole eyes just look like they just droop, because all the focus immediately goes down there. So, no more mascara for them. And yeah. Hopefully I don't get cancelled. Have anyone dragging me, kicking and screaming to be burnt by the stake. And finally, my lips. I feel like I perfected this one. I'm not gonna lie. I really like to overline my lips, as does seemingly everyone else, I think. But it took me some time to finally stop overlining my Cupid's bow, which is a victim I too fell for in the hopes that it would give me more medicine beer-esque lips. So not really, and I think ultimately all the people telling me that I should just embrace my Cupid's bow were probably retrospectively right. But enough of that, let me show you how to overline your lips like a boss. So first, I use the same brown pencil that I did to underline my eyes. This pencil's been there for me through and through. I also don't know what I will do when I run out of this one, because where is Wet n Wild in Canada? Okay? Can someone do something about that, please? And I basically overline my bottom lip first, and I try to be gentle, but if it comes out too strong, then don't worry about it. And then I do my top lip, starting with like the Cupid's bow, and then I draw out. Are you hearing my stomach right now? What the fuck, dude? The mic is right there. There's no way you didn't hear that. I swear I feed myself. Then when it looks like I have been indulging in consuming a mysterious substance that you do not want to know, you blend it out like crazy. Alright, that'll do. And then I go in with my actual lip liner pencil, which I've somehow gone through really quickly compared to my old one. Oh jeez. I think this is the Revlon Lasting Finish Lip Liner in the shade like Tiramisu, I think. Yeah, and then I just go over the pre-existing lines to, you know, blend them out, make them look crisper and less like I just ate shit. And finally, I apply a little bit of lipstick, which is the L'Oreal Color Rich in Organza. And there we go, the final result of my everyday makeup. I think moral of the story, i.e. the whole reason behind why I wanted to even film this entire video and the intention of my ramblings was, irrespective of what makeup you wear, whether it be a full face of glam or, you know, you're just one of those mascara and lip gloss girls, I find it so easy to fall into this idea, perpetuated by society and such, that the more makeup you wear correlates to the more beautiful you'll be, or similarly, especially I've found in my case, that if you attempt to do your makeup the way someone you perhaps idealize does theirs, then you're just gonna look like them or become as equivalently as beautiful as them. When in reality, at my ripe old age, I'm only just beginning to start to realize that's not quite the case. And the beauty of makeup is that you can do absolutely whatever the fuck you want with it. And at least in my case, I've found it really insightful to maybe just step back and reevaluate my makeup routine and kind of really question all the stuff that I just have gotten used to putting on my face and whether or not I actually need it, or, you know, what actually suits me and suits my personal features. That being said, even though this quote obviously inspired me to ramble and vent to the camera while I did my makeup this morning, let it be known that the whole expression lipstick on a pig is the most misogynistic ever, and no one should listen to stuff like that and actually take it seriously, because while it's always nice to have poetry or art, I don't even know how well this fits into that genre, to help self-express how you feel, no girl should ever think that they look like a pig wearing lipstick. That being said, pigs are adorable, intelligent, and some of the most hygienic animals out there, so just think about that, okay? Even if you were a pig wearing lipstick, you'd probably be a very cute pig. Moral of this video that I'm trying to get across is if you ever put on your makeup in the morning and feel like a pig wearing lipstick, in my very humble, very unqualified opinion as neither a makeup artist nor a therapist, maybe you should deconstruct your makeup routine and try to actually focus on the natural features of your face that you like instead of trying to draw new ones on. Or like, look at those Korean looks maxing pages or whatever. You know, the ones that like show you how to do your blush placement in like 50 different ways depending on your face shape? Those are actually really helpful, like I do recommend. You know, there's some good stuff out there. I can't really rep for all of them, but... Or, alternatively, if, you know, doing crazy art on your face every single day is what feels most authentic to you, specifically as a person, then fuck yeah, go crazy. That's your right and your muse. I think I've rambled enough. I really don't know how much more I can ramble about just doing my makeup in the morning. Smash that like button, leave a comment, ding that little bell. The one, I forgot what the bell does, but do it. And yeah, that's kind of it. I hope this was helpful in any way at all. Alright, that's it. Okay, bye bye!